Hey everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel, Mastering the Wedding Photography Biz.
I'm Hunter.
And I'm Sarah.
And today we are talking about the single biggest thing that holds back most photography businesses from finding the level of success that they desire.
Yeah. Despite what you might be thinking, it isn't like poor marketing techniques, it's not making amateur mistakes, and it isn't even about having like bad photography.
After almost 200 hours of two-on-one coaching and mentorship meetings and workshops with our photography students, the number one thing that we see holding back our students is themselves.
Now, if you've been doing photography or running a photography business for more than a few months, you probably know exactly what we're talking about. How many times has self-doubt kept you from raising your prices, or maybe a missed expectation that left you frustrated and feeling burnt out or just like ready to give up?
If you're like 90% of our other photography students, and even ourselves sometimes, then you might struggle with feeling like you're not good enough sometimes.
Yeah. And if it isn't imposter syndrome that you struggle with, we've identified 6 other limiting beliefs that have held our students back in the past. And sometimes our students don't even realize that they've fallen into these negative mindset traps, even though they are seriously limiting what they are able to achieve in their business.
And if that weren't enough of a struggle to fight against, a lot of new photographers were convinced by, some photographer they saw on TikTok or some influencer that running a photography business was going to be easy and lucrative and fun all the time. So as you guys start to struggle in the early days of your business, or maybe you can't seem to make good money, or you can't seem to find that work-life balance, you start to wonder, is there something wrong with me? Or maybe photography isn't what I was actually meant to do.
Yeah. Well, let Hunter and I be the first to tell you that if you are struggling, there isn't something wrong with you. Absolutely. Running a photography business can be one of the greatest jobs in the world and so much fun, but it still takes a lot of hard work. And as with anything worth doing, failure is going to be a part of the journey on your road to success.
So if you have been sold this big bundle of unrealistic expectations, or you struggle with imposter syndrome or scarcity mindset or any of these other limiting beliefs that we've been talking about, then Sarah and I have some really good news for you.
Later this month, on Tuesday evening, February 28th, 2023, we are going to be teaching our next 2-hour online workshop called Overcoming Your Greatest Enemy: How Your Own Limiting Beliefs and Expectations Might Be Holding You Back. The link for the workshop is in the description of this video, and we are so excited.
Now, like all of our live workshops, it is going to be packed with a ton of great information. But unlike some of our past workshops, which have focused on things like posing or business basics or pricing or sales, this one is going to help photographers identify some of the ways that their own beliefs are actually getting in their way.
After all, you could have the best marketing or sales or photography in the world, but if your own beliefs are leading you down a road to failure or disappointment, none of those things are going to allow you to build the business that you've been dreaming of.
So our goal for this workshop is to discuss why most photography businesses fail and to help you identify which phase of your business you're in and what pitfalls to avoid during that phase.
Then we are going to set some healthy and realistic expectations, giving our students a peek behind the curtain of what it is really like to run a successful photography business, so that you are emotionally and intellectually ready to run a profitable and sustainable photography business.
Now, this includes discussing some of the benefits and the struggles of being your own boss, so you aren't, caught off guard by the challenging pieces, but so that you can also be encouraged and potentially excited about how awesome some of the benefits are.
And finally, we are going to introduce you to the 7 limiting beliefs that we've identified in other photographers and even ourselves. We're going to explain each of these negative mindsets that you may not even realize are holding you back. Then we are going to give you some practical tips on how to combat each one of them, and some encouragement to just help you get through these fights.
Now, just for a second, do me a favor and close your eyes. Now, imagine what it will feel like to run the photography business of your dreams. Keep your eyes closed. But more importantly, imagine what it will feel like to confidently and joyfully run that business. Okay, open your eyes. Now, that is what we want for all of our photography students, and we'd argue that honestly, getting into the right mindset and mentally and emotionally preparing yourself to do that is the first step in getting there.
Yeah. That is also why we are going to offer this workshop at a super approachable price. We know that the positive impact of changing your patterns or thoughts and beliefs is seriously priceless. And practically speaking, a boost of confidence or the tools to fight self-doubt could make the difference between booking tens or even like hundreds of thousands of dollars of jobs over the course of your career. But we are going to sell tickets to this workshop for just $99.
And because we love the energy and the Q&A that comes from having lots of people in the actual live workshop, if you sign up before the 28th, before the live workshop, then you can join us later this month live on Zoom for only $49. That's half off.
And of course, as with all of our workshops, if you are watching this promo after February 28th, 2023, then the replay of this workshop is still available for purchase. Whether you attend live or not, you can always watch and rewatch the replay as often as you would like.
So guys, we seriously are so stoked to be holding this online workshop. Now again, really quickly, the details: February 28th, which is a Tuesday night. It's going to be from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern time, which is our time zone. And again, if you are at all interested, then click the link in the description of this video to learn more.
But that is all that we have this week. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below or just reach out to us directly. And we will be back next week to continue with more great education content.
See you guys.